painting the brakes. I told you guys that I'm going to paint them, so today is that day. I'm not going to paint the wheels. I decided against that. I wanted to paint the wheels black, but I'm looking for another set, and the other set we'll be doing in black. So I figured no point in painting these black, and when we put on the new wheels it'll also be black, and then it kind of feels like the same thing, right? So I figured that we'll keep these in white until I get another set. I'm just saving up for tires, so these will be up for sale soon. Like I said, I don't think I'll be advertising them. We already have a couple of people interested, so when the time's right, I'll let those people know. If they don't take it, then I'll advertise them, but I don't think anyone will have a chance to get a set. You guys who spoke to me earlier know who you are, and you'll get first option on them. Anyways, today we'll be painting the brakes blue. As you guys know, we got blue wheel nuts. I just put them away now, and we are trying to match this sticker. Not match the color, but add a bit of blue to the car to match that sticker. The original spoon cars back in the day came with big blue spoon brakes. Unfortunately, I do not have the money for the spoon brakes. I can only imagine what a set of big brakes must cost. So we'll be painting these, and that should do it for now. Until one day I make millions of YouTube, then we can put spoon brakes on a car. But I'm going to strip these. I've showed you how to paint brakes before. I've got a whole video on that, on the clue of a DIY rattle can job. Today we'll be painting with a paint gun. I am going to my friend's house who helped me to paint the engine bay stuff. He still has some blue left from when we painted his BMW S1000RR drag bike. So we are going to put that same blue on the brakes here. I'm not sure how well it will fit with the wheel nuts, but I don't think matching colors will be that big of a thing. They are quite a ways apart, and as long as they are pretty similar, we'll be good to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the brakes off, and then we'll start stripping them. I am going to use paint strip on them, although they do not have any paint. I'll be using paint stripper just to make sure that they are as clean as possible. Clean the brakes up with petrol followed by paint stripper. The last step before we going to go to my friend's house to paint them is going to be to just give them an acetone wipe. After this they will be ready to paint. I believe we'll be able, or I believe we'll wipe them a final wipe when we are at his house, just to ensure that there's no finger marks or anything on them. But for peace of mind, I am just going to wipe them with acetone. You can see there is still some gunk coming off. We got the brakes back home. They are fully cured. It has been 24 hours. They are perfectly fine to go back on the car. They came out absolutely amazing. This color is so nice. And one thing that I'm happy about is this. You probably didn't even notice this lying here. This is a pretty good match. I would say it's 90-95% match. So that is a win for us. Like I said before, I wasn't sure if it's going to match, but at least it does. What I'm going to do is, before we put the brakes onto the car, I'm going to ceramic coat them to ensure that they stay in a pristine condition like this for years to come. I'm going to use Geon Rim. Before we use that, I am going to use Geon Prep. So this will clean the calipers. They are clean, but I am going to wipe them because obviously we touched them. So I'm going to go over them with a prep, followed by this. A ceramic coating is the same whether it's for wheels or not, but this just helps with heat. So I'm going to put this on the calipers, and then I actually need to go and buy brake fluid as well as some more petrol, because I want to wash all these sliders and all these bolts and everything. I want to wash them so they're properly clean before going back onto the car. And I don't have any brake fluid, so I need to get brake fluid as well. But I need to work, unfortunately, today. My client should be arriving within the next hour or so, then I'll be busy for more than half a day. So I'm going to coat them now, and then after my work I'll probably go and grab some petrol and brake fluid, and then we can throw them back on the car. It's currently just after 4. I just finished up my work for the day, so I don't think we'll be able to get everything back together today. However, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wash all the hardware, all the bolts and sliding pins and everything with petrol to ensure that they are clean before we put them back. And then I think I'm going to put the brakes onto the car today, and then we'll bleed the system tomorrow. Let's start cleaning, and then we can get them on the vehicle. All the brakes are now on, and it's time to bleed the system. So for that you're going to need an 11mm. I got brake fluid, .4, 1 liter, and I've got this, which is brake fluid in a cup, and we've got this pipe. So I'm going to put this pipe over the bleeder nipple and then let it run into the brake fluid, so that if I open it up and it sucks in, that it does not suck in air, that it sucks in brake fluid. Pretty basic procedure. You guys should know how to bleed brakes. I'm not going to explain that in this video. I already topped off the brake fluid reservoir in there, and throughout the process we'll make sure that there is brake fluid in there at all times, otherwise it is going to take in some air. So let's bleed the brakes, and then from there on I'm going to wipe the brakes down, probably do one more coat of ceramic, because why not. I want to keep them looking as good as this for quite some time, so I'm going to lay a second layer of ceramic. It has been 24 hours since we put our first coat, which you can layer them in about an hour, so we should be perfectly good there. that is it, guys. Brakes are painted the back on the car. I'm waiting to swap out the wheels. Let's talk quickly future plans for this car, since everybody is asking me. I'm going to change the wheels. I can't wait to change them. That's really going to set it apart. I want to change the front lip to the CTR type lip. I want to change the front grille and the rear boot spoiler. That is really those 4 mods: wheels, lip, grille and the boot spoiler. That is really going to give us that CTR type look that I'm going for with this car. I mean, the bumpers is already flushed and it's got the spoon stickers. I might as well just finish up the look properly. So that's going to be it. Other things we need to do: the car badly needs a clutch after the race day, so I am looking at getting a LUK clutch. I heard that's the one to go for, the LUK clutch from the CRV B20. And one thing that I want to know from you guys is we need to take the flywheel off and make it lighter, but I don't know how much lighter. So give me your ideal weight. I don't care how it drives that much. Honestly, I have a button clutch on the Polo. You get used to that stuff. So whatever the best weight is for a B20 VTEC, let me know in the comments down below so I know what weight to dial mine in at. And then another thing we need to do is we need to take off the sump. The sump is leaking ever so slightly between the block and the sump, so I need to take the branch off and take the sump off. I think I might as well just clean the oil pickup and check everything underneath while we're in there. That'll probably happen during this week. I could have done it now while the car was up in the air, but I did not have time this week. This week was crazy, so we might do that this coming week. So we want to do clutch and sump. I think that's about it for now. Other than that, the car's performing really well. I'm extremely happy with the car. It brings so much joy. Every time that thing hits VTEC, it puts a smile on my face. Even thinking about that sound, I haven't driven it more than half a week, and just thinking of that sound puts a smile on my face. So that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you in the next one, bro. Peace out and reflect your passion.